Hi there, this is Srikanth Dasare. So, in this lesson, we are going to continue our studies on various operators in C++. So, we're going to look into relational operators in C++. The relational operators work the same way like in C or Java or any other programming language. So, first let me launch the IDE. So we have Visual Studio Express 2012 launched here. So first let me create a new project here. So from File, New Project, and let's name our project as Relational Operators. Okay. So Visual Studio creates an empty folder structure of under the project title here. Okay. It's taking a few moments, sorry. So finally we have our project structure here with all the folder structure in the source file folder. I'm just creating a new CPP file here, and let's say as relation.cpp. Okay, so we have just a blank C++ file. First let me add the basic stuff like header file, so I was stream and conio.h. Okay, so let me add the main function also, which is very essential. So entry point for the execution of any program. Also we forget to add the namespace using namespace std. Okay, very essential since we are using the standard C++ syntax here. So get ch function to make the output constant here. Okay, so if you run this blank C++ file, so you get the output window. So I am just changing my font a little bit higher, okay, and also changing the color texture. Just it looks more obvious here. Okay, so now here our intention is to learn about the various relational operators in C++. So first, what is relational operators? So relational operators is a special kind of operators where we get a certain relation between the two operands. Okay, so operands are going to work in our program when we write code here. Okay, so relation when we embed a relation operator between two operands, we try to know how they are related here. Okay, so whether a is greater than b, whether a is less than b, whether they both are equal, so whether they are not equal. So all these relations can be taken from those expression. When you evaluate an expression, when you build an expression using the various relational operators, so you get to know the result as the relation between both of them here. Okay, so first let us look. So what are the various relational operators in C++? First one is greater than symbol, which is denoted by this symbol here. The next one is less than, and next we have greater than equal to, and next we have less than equal to, and next we have not double is equal to, which denotes that whether they are equal or not, and then we have the symbol as not equal to. Okay, so these are the main relational operators in C++. The first one says greater. Let's have some text also in our comment. The second one specifies as lesser, whether the operand is lesser than the second operand here. Okay, and next we have greater than or equal to. So greater than, so or equal, so greater than or equal. The next one is less than equal. Let's go to full screen here. So less than equal, so greater than equal or less than equal. Next is equal to, equals to. Double is equal to. Double assignment operator denotes as equals to. Okay, so whether it's equals to or not here. Okay, the last but not least we have not equal to here. Okay, so these are the various relational operators. So first let us look into detail of each and every operator as to how to build an expression using those individual relational operators here. Okay, so to do that, first let me take two integer variables again. First let me say I_var1, let's assign some value, let's say 10, and let's take another integer variable, let's say I_var2 is equal to 20 here. Okay, so let's take a boolean variable also, let's say bool boolean. Okay, so just to assign the expression, what the result that expression is going to yield to catch that value. So we have taken here boolean here. You say something like this. So boolean. So if you say I_var1 greater than I_var2 here. Okay. So what happens here is so this evaluates false, that is 0. Okay. So why it yields 0? So if you just see out that, so if you say so I_var1 greater than, let's say I_var1 greater than I_var2 is equal to, and let's print out that the value that yielded through that expression, which is boolean. So if you run this application, tiny little program, so you get 0 here. Okay, so the reason we have yielded the result as 0 here, because so if you substitute the values of I_var1 and I_var2 in this boolean in this relational expression here. Okay, so 10 is never greater than 20, so this expression yields a result as false. Okay, so in C++ or C mainly, so we take the faulty result or the faulty expression as 0. So that's the reason this expression is yielding the value 0 here. Okay, so these were very essential when you're building some when your logic needs some relation to be tested between various operands. So in that case, you need to use this relational operators. So here we have used this greater than symbol here. Okay, so let's write a comment here, check whether so I_var1 so I_var1 is greater than I_var2. Okay, so for that purpose we have used this relational operator. So ultimately the 10 is never greater than 20, so for that reason it has yielded the result as 0 here. So if you run the program once again, so I think it's already running here. Okay, so for that reason it has yielded the result as 0. Okay, so in the same way, so if you take another so if you say once again, so boolean is equal to let's say this time I_var1 less than I_var2 here. Okay, so now so your expression will yield the result as 1. That's because the 10 is always lesser than 20, and this relational expression yields is said to be true, and that's true is denoted by 1. So for that reason your boolean the bool value gets 1 as the result here. Okay, so now you can say something like this with your CO statement /t. Let's say so I_var1, so it's I_var1 greater than so greater than I_var2 is equal to, okay, so I_var1 greater than is equal to I_var boolean, right? So now if you run your application, you get the result yielded as that expression yields the one as the result here. Okay, so that's because it's always true. It's always true that 10 is always less than 20. Okay, so in the same way, you can build, you can keep on building the relational expressions using those remaining relational operators here. Okay, so let's say once again boolean is equal to, so I_var1 greater than equal to, so I_var2, it's always not true. Let's copy that CO statement once again. I'm just pasting it here. Let's go to full screen. So if you say so greater than equal to I_var2, it's not always false. It will yield the result 0 here. Okay, so in the same way, if you have again boolean is equal to, so I_var1 less than equal to, so I_var2. Okay, so I_var1 less than equal to I_var2. CO /n/t. Again, let's, okay, so So less than, so here we have misspelled here, let's say less than. So again, copy that same CO statement. So here we are intended to do the same thing here. So less than or equal to, it's always less than, and it yields the result as 1. So let's check it out for other things also. Let's say I var, so I var 1 is equal to I var 2. Okay, so also double is equal to denotes here whether the symbol it's the value contains in I var 1 is exactly matches the value in I var 2 here. Okay, so which is not the case here. Let's write the CO statement for that also. // t I var 1, so double is equal to I var 2. Okay, so let's say what it is equal to let's say boolean. Okay, so in the same way we have the last relational expression here. So you can say boolean is equal to so I var 1 not equal to I var 2. Okay, so always best practice to have when you have complex relational statements, always you have them in parentheses, although it's not mandatory to have like this. It's always best practice to separate your statements with your logic here. Okay, so in the same way you can also have another CO statement for this also. So as we had it, so let's run this tiny little program by pressing F5 here. So if it's already running, let's break that first and let's run our program. So here you get all the different results that yield according to the relation between those two operators here. Okay, so for better understanding purpose, let's print out the values of both the I var 1 and I var 2 also, such that you get a better idea so how the workflow is going on here. Okay, so I var 1 and let's say let's have an and here again, and let's say again I var 2 is equal to I var 2 here. Okay, so if you run your tiny little program, you have the values of I var 1 and I var 2 at the top of the application here. So 10 and 20, so 10 is never greater than 20, so that's the reason it's the third expression is yielding as false, which is 0 here. So 10 is always 20 less than or equal to 20. It takes either one of those, less than or equal to. So 10 is less than 20. So in this case it yields true and the result is taken as 1 here. So in the same way 10 is never equal to 20. So that's the reason again the expression has yielded the value 0, which is false. Okay, so 10 is not equal to 20, it's true. So for that reason if you observe in the last application, last statement in our program, yields the result as 1 here. Okay, so that's the basic stuff about the various relational operators in C++. Okay, so see you in the next lesson. Goodbye.